that this heritage wall is really dedicated to all those past people of the Samaj. We look at how much narrative there is, multicultural narrative there is in Aotearoa histories. And in fact, there's actually very little. And the Indian community being one of the longest established communities in New Zealand, I kind of felt there's not enough that the conversations out there about, okay, what is the history of Indians in New Zealand? So this heritage wall has been quite a journey. It's about going back into the records, looking at all the archives that are available. I think when you look at the wall as an entirety, you really get to look at the lots of different aspects of the community. It's not just about culture. It's about philanthropy and the social work, women, children, learning language, going out in the community, doing fairs, and then also celebrations, awarding the people who've actually done really good work in the wider public as well, and how they contribute to Wellington as a whole.
I acknowledge and also like to thank the vision of those who established it. In 1925, at that time, our country was not even independent. And to think of us as a community, as an Indian community, as a force to bind our two countries together, to participate in various events and establish their livelihoods and their lives here, but at the same time kept in touch with the roots. And this is a fantastic example of how it has come out. 100 years on, this center, the WIA, has become an icon of sorts, because even, it was there even when the High Commission was not there.
My mum and dad have been in this, part of this association since forever, and so then we got involved as well. So the association has been part of my upbringing, part of my life. I feel like it's home. Really didn't get to meet my granddad on my father's side, so it was amazing to see his little certificate up there when he first came.
Well, I'm third generation here now. My grandparents came in 1913, so we're one of the early settlers, and just to have something of a resemblance of what they've actually achieved here is a great honour.
Well, Granddad was around when the Wellington Indian Association originally formed, so he was one of the earlier settlers, and he's been a real legend. He came over, brought over his kids. He had 5 sons, and one of the key things that he did was he wanted to make sure that he could bring musicians to Wellington. So one of the cool things was that each of the sons had to learn how to play an instrument, so at least when they came to the community, they would be able to have an instrument to play and support the community with bringing Indian music from India to New Zealand. They used to do bottle collecting, sell fruit. They used to, Dad in his earlier days used to unload coal from some of the ships along the harbour. So they had really tough, but they managed to survive and still celebrate some of the culture and things in Wellington, which was fantastic. For myself, it's a real celebration. For Mum, Dad and everyone else who's done some really hard yards in the early days to make sure that there was a place where Indians can go and celebrate their religion, celebrate the language, celebrate just getting together and celebrating being Indian. So it's amazing to see where they've come from, and it's amazing to see where we are now, but it's really exciting to see where we're going to go into the future.
We have to look at the centre being a hub for lots of different walks of life, whether it's not just Indians, but it's a place, it's a whare for everyone to come to. So I think going forward into the future, we want to open the centre up to as many cultures and be grateful for who they are and what they bring to our city.